Hi, my name is David Stunkard. I joined the Andrews University Leadership Program in 2006 as a PhD candidate. The dissertation that I soon defend is currently entitled Variables that Differentiate Between Comfort Levels of Preferred Organizational Structure, a Discriminant Analysis. This will probably change as I get closer to my defense. The title should reflect a clearer relationship to the conclusions than the proposal, as is currently presented. The research topic that I pursued has to do with the organizational identity of the Seventh Adventist Church in North America, where a dual conference system exists. Dual conferences can best be described as a part of the organizational structure that it was historically established with the purpose of ministering with and for specific demographic units, i.e., black and white populations. The dual conference system would cover the same basic geographical territory with homogeneous focused ministry. The problem we have is a changing and diversified constituency without a measurable understanding of how such changes in diversity relate to the identity of our current organizational structure. This research is warranted because one can easily see the effects of multiculturalism within the social makeup of the constituencies of both historically identified black conferences and white conferences. The problem is important because there are different goals for different organizational structures related to their identities. The research took place in the Georgia-Cumberland Conference of Seventh-day Adventists and the South Central Conference of Seventh-day Adventists regarding organizational identity, considering future organizational structures. There were 433 valid responses that revealed at least 24 different racial ethnic identities found represented in the two conferences surveyed. The historical identity of black and white conferences is no longer a valid or accurate identity. It was shown that of those surveyed, there was not a single demographic category that had a preference of an organizationally defined homogeneous identity. In every demographic category, the highest preference was to have an organizationally defined synergistic identity. There were a few small variances in the variables, but the correlations were so small that they were determined not to be significant. I concluded that the Seventh-day Adventist Church should take steps to consider reevaluating its organizational identity where there are dual conferences in place. Since the conference level of the organization represents the local congregations, I would also conclude that the preference in the local congregation is to be synergistic. This material could be used to educate and train leadership at the congregational and conference level to create a helpful process to address organizational identity and development when facing multicultural issues. Thank you very much.